Sua blusa tá aqui, a minha tá aqui. Tchau, tchau.
Toma, amor, dobra a sua.
Agora ficou limpinho.
Passei 2 sabão nela.
Abraço. Olha. Deu certo. O sabão é agora, né?
Daqui a pouco.
Siga na direção norte e depois vire à esquerda.
Tchau, Silvio. Deus abençoe.
Tchau, Silvio. Deus abençoe por tudo. Até breve, se Deus quiser. Que não seja muito tempo, né, Silvio? E ó, aquela visita tá anotada no caderninho, tá? Tá bom. Tchau, tchau. Amém.
Eu falei pra ele mesmo.
Paixão. Pois olha, com a localização,
Vire à esquerda.
o GPS reconhece tudinho, ó. O Ítalo vem sem ninguém, porque o Sandro mandou localização.
Continue por 1,5 km.
Olha lá, da pista aqui é 1,5 km, né?
4 quilômetros.
Por que ela falou que é 1,5 km?
Been saying for so long that we need to take some time, so I made a reservation for us to unwind. Been working so hard lately, and I think we need a break, so I found a destination for us to get away. No need to pack a bag, no need to travel far, 'cause we can have our own Club Med right in our own backyard. I've got a blender full of fruity drinks in the kitchen to keep us cool. We'll parasail off the swing set, snorkel in the kiddie pool, play footsies in the sandbox, lay out in the sun. Well, there's no rules or have-tos, we'll just kick back and have some fun and enjoy our relaxation in our all-inclusive 5-star luxury staycation. I'll put a candle on the table, prepare your favorite food, cuddle on the couch, kiss your mouth, watch a movie in the living room, put chocolates on your pillow, uncork our favorite bottle of wine, turn down the bed, dim those lights, hang a don't disturb sign. We can sail away to heaven, we got everything me standing here on the corner of this busy street. Most folks just drop their heads 'cause they don't want to make contact with me. Well, you can find me out here singing my songs day and night, just trying to survive. Well, I can hear the shuffle of the working class whispering underneath their breath, collecting their unwanted pennies just so I can hopefully pay my rent. I'm still coming up short, but I'm praying my luck will change so I can take care of things. So if you would be so kind to simply slow your pace, reach down in your pocket, drop some spare change in this case. I know just what you're thinking, what I'm doing ain't a job, but I worked real hard learning how to write these songs. So before you go and roll your eyes, or simply just pass me by, could you listen to a story about my life? If it inspires you to drop a few, that'd be nice, to help me feed my 2 kids and my wife. Well, I'm just short of an hour shy of creeping on a 10-hour day. My hands are tired and my voice is shot. I can't think of another song to play, and I haven't made enough to keep my power on. This month's gonna be rough. Jimmy needs a new pair of shoes, and Bo just had strep last week. My better half is missing work, juggling just to make ends meet. I got a $20 tip just now from someone out of town, just tossed it on the ground. So if you would be so kind to simply slow your pace, reach down in your pocket, drop some spare change in this case. I know just what you're thinking, what I'm doing ain't a job, but I worked real hard learning how to write these songs. So before you go and roll your eyes, or simply just pass me by, could you listen to a story about my life? If it inspires you to drop a few, that'd be nice, to help me feed my 2 kids and my wife. To help me feed my 2 kids and my wife. Da 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 da. Fishing poles and swimming holes with pretty girls out lying in the sun. Flip-flops, bikini tops, let's see how fast this 7-rule will run. Watch the sunset on the water, feel the nights get even hotter. Sweet southern small town summertime.
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 Lawn chairs and county fairs where fishing, fruit and ice cream cones are fried. Wildflowers, water towers with I Love Becky painted on the side. VA halls and ballroom brawls with church potluck dinners on the ground. Cornfields, whippoorwills, big old tractors driving right through town. Ain't nobody around here got a Hyundai. You can't buy no beer on a Sunday. southern small town summertime. Sweet southern small town summertime.
Sweet southern small town summertime.
Sweet southern small town summertime.
Sweet southern small town summertime.
Sweet southern small town summertime.
Sweet southern small town summertime.
Sweet southern small town summertime.
Sweet southern small town summertime.
Sweet southern small town summertime.
Sweet southern small town summertime.
Sweet southern small town summertime.
Sweet southern small town summertime.
She was a small town, best in show, all around beauty queen. A straight 10 out of 10 off the cover of a Hollywood magazine. Yeah, and this broke down backwoods country boy just hit the lottery. When I asked her out for Friday night, she said yes. So I rang her bell, I was nervous as hell for our first date. And I anxiously opened the passenger side of my Chevrolet. Asked if she wouldn't mind to go for a drive up to Lover's Lane. She said, that's just fine, but you and I are riding just as friends. Yeah, so I leaned in for a kiss right away. She said, hold up, cowboy, better pump your brakes. You're gonna have to earn this, but I promise you, I'm worth the wait. And I said, okay, so we held hands under the stars, talked about our hometown, matters of the heart, who we wanna be. Yeah, when we grew up, our favorite color, and our top 10 songs. Then we turned up the radio, played Name That Tune, sipped on cheap whiskey, out at the moon. It was perfect, it was beautiful, it was more than enough. Yeah, and the best was yet to come. Yeah, the years were tough, but we scraped up enough for a house on the hill. A little girl on the way, working minimum wage, and a countertop of unpaid bills. We didn't have a whole lot, but what you and I got, most folks say they don't. Yeah, we had each other's backs, and when it comes to all that, you and I, we never go broke. We gotta notice they're shutting off the power today. There's still 5 more shifts till we get paid. We made a promise up on Lover's Lane that we'd stay together and we would be okay. So we held hands, looked up at the stars, got down on our knees, said a prayer in the dark, held our little girl, and we crossed our hearts and promised each other that we hit our mark. Then I picked up my guitar, played Name That Tune, sipped on sweet tea, gazed at the moon. It was perfect, it was beautiful, it was more than enough, and the best was yet to come. held hands under the stars, reminisced about our lives, where we are. We're so thankful that we followed our hearts and God was listening that night in the dark. 'Cause I knew on that first day 50 years ago that I found my soulmate and we'd grow old. It was perfect, it was beautiful, it was more than enough, and the best was still yet to come. That the best was still yet to come. Yeah, yeah, that the best was still yet to come. Well, I can still smell your perfume on my pillow. It smells just like the first day of spring. Well, I can hold it tight on this cold, dark night, but I know, well, I'll never feel that summer breeze again. For all the tears I've cried for you, you think you wouldn't be gone. Or as many times as I've thrown it down, you think it would move on. So my tears keep on falling, and my broken heart keeps calling for the blue skies, oh, to turn to gray. And I keep looking out my window for the clouds to roll, so I know that there's a chance, yeah, that it can rain. And maybe this time it'll wash your love away. Well, that color that you picked out for our bedroom matches perfectly with how I feel inside. And I can't recall what you call that shade of blue, but it's exactly like looking in your eyes. The writing's there right on the wall, everything that's left of you. The word goodbye left in plain sight, painted in that shade of blue. So my tears keep on falling, and my broken heart keeps calling for the blue skies, oh, to turn to gray. And I keep looking out my window for the clouds to roll, so I know that there's a chance, yeah, that it can rain. And maybe this time it'll wash your love away. Let it rain, let it rain, let it rain down on me now. I wanna watch your memory drown in my tears that keep falling. Broken heart keeps calling for the blue skies, oh, to turn to gray. And I keep looking out my window for the clouds to roll, so I know that there's a chance, yeah, that it can rain. And maybe this time, maybe this time, maybe this time it'll wash your love away. Wash your love away. left so long ago. They went running through the desert. They went running through the snow. They said bye, bye, bye. There go all the promises we made. Bye, bye. And I say, hey, you won't love me, baby. I say, hey, you won't rock tonight. You go, no, I don't need that heartache, even though it might feel so right. I say, hey, you are reconsidered, baby. Why you wanna talk like that? You say maybe 'cause I know better, and you don't wanna love, you gotta work out. Well, I don't blame you, no. I don't blame you. I don't blame you, no. I've been spinning the wheels of progress, starry-eyed and blue, doing all that I could to impress you and the matter in few. You say why? Now that's a question I ask myself again and again and again. I go running in the good time sunshine. I go running in the cobalt blue. I go running in the stormy winter. If I go running, let me run to you. You can pray for a lightning strike down. You can stand up and shake your fist. You can parse out the riddle of love and be no better with your goodnight kiss. You won't know why. You won't know why. Don't even know why you had called me. Don't even know what you had to say. I was hearing, but I did not listen. I had myself a dirt dog day. Now I cried, why? Don't I go where the rhythm calls my name? That's a shame. I say, hey, you won't love me, baby. I say, hey, you won't rock tonight. You go, no, I don't need that heartache, even though it might feel so
never know how far you will fall until you are flat on the floor, trying to remember how long ago it was when you heard her sing. You're the melody stuck in my mind. You haunt me where you once resided. I wish I could go back and change so many things. So my hands on the bottle till you disappear. I stay awake drinking, listening to the choir. I can hear your memory spinning in my mind like a broken record. They scratch your guitar. Now I can only hear the B-sides. Lonely doesn't put it in words. Wanting you so badly it hurts. Wondering if you're counting the hours, drowning the time out at a bar. You're the melody stuck in my mind. You haunt me where you once resided. Wish you could go back and change so many things. So my hands on the burn till you disappear. I stay awake drinking, listening to the choir. I can hear your memory spinning in my mind like a broken record. They scratch your guitar. Now I can only hear the B-sides. Turn the radio down, keep the jukebox low. Take that record off the turntable. Peace is hard to find when you let things go. 'Cause you're my favorite too. I can't hear no more. I stay awake drinking, listening to the choir. 'Cause I can hear your memory spinning in my mind like a broken record. They scratch your guitar. Now I can only hear the B-sides.
Well, I can still smell your perfume on my pillow. It smells just like the first day of spring. Well, I can hold it tight on this cold, dark night, but I know, well, I'll never feel that summer breeze again. For all the tears I've cried for you, you think it would be gone. Or as many times as I've thrown it down, you think it wouldn't